In this video, I'm going to teach you how to not fall for guys so easily. Maybe you're an established gay professional and you're wanting to meet someone, and maybe you've used the apps, you meet guys, and then you fall for them and you get hurt. Maybe you're a little bit of a hopeless romantic. So, in this video, I'm going to help you pace things and slow things down and make sure that you're attaching to guys who would be a good fit for you. So, let's go ahead. I'm going to pull up my computer and we'll get right to it. Okay, we're on the computer now. And so the first thing, in order to not fall for guys so fast, and by the way, falling for guys is not a bad thing. Don't let anybody make you feel bad for loving love and having emotions and wanting to connect with people. It doesn't make you desperate. We just want to make sure that you're attaching to the right guys, because if you don't, you can get hurt over and over and then you'll swear off dating forever. That's what we don't want. So it's not that falling for guys is the problem, is we want to fall for the right guys. That could be another title for this video. So the first thing we want to do is we want to have the mindset of having options. So the mindset of having options. Specifically, we want you to have confidence in yourself. So this can look like the affirmation of, I'm incredibly attractive. So if I say that to you, I'm incredibly attractive for you, do you believe me? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how true is that statement for you? For you, it might sound kind of silly, and maybe it's a 3, like 1 to 10 if we were to rate that statement as being true. We want it to be as close to 7 or 8 as much, or even beyond that, as much as possible. And if that statement doesn't sound incredibly true, we can do one where it's like, well, some guys find me attractive. That could be true. So anyway, we want you to have confidence in yourself, okay? We also want you to have confidence in the dating pool. And an affirmation for that is, I'm compatible with lots of men. Statistically, that's probably true. Maybe it hasn't been your experience, but statistically, that is true. And also, I want you to have confidence in dating skills. So putting all of that together. So for example, if you were to go move to a new city tomorrow, a pop-in city with lots of people, do you feel confident that you would be able to meet someone? If you don't, we need to practice the dating skills. So by having confidence in yourself, feeling attractive, loving yourself, having confidence in the dating pool, and having confidence with gay dating skills, by definition, you're going to have a lot of options, and you're going to feel like that. Like you're going to be dating from the abundance mindset, so to speak. Okay? Number 2 is being able to self-regulate. So when you have emotions come up, can you help them settle on your own? So for example, like our bodies regulate all the freaking time. Like if you have a stomach ache or your throat hurts, which mine actually hurts right now, I know that my throat's not going to hurt forever. Like the body is going to naturally do its thing. And do you have confidence and the skill set to self-regulate when your emotions are spiked? So for example, even positive emotions. So like if you meet someone tomorrow and there's lots of chemistry, do you have the ability to bring it back down, or are you going to fall for them very quickly? So the ability to experience an emotion in your body and regulate it, because it's going to spike like this, even the positive ones, even like, oh my God, I think he's the one, I fell for him. But that's okay, but can you bring it back down? So the ability to self-regulate. Number 3 is being aware of what you are attracted to. So I don't really like the whole I have a type thing, but at the end of the day, there are things you are attracted to. There are things that get you going, and maybe it's masculine men, maybe it's the artistic guy, the guy that's different, the guy that's playful, the guy that's funny. So for me, I am very attracted to guys who are different. I don't know why. I like it. I'm also attracted to guys who are freaking playful. If you are playful and funny, it is very attractive to me. Someone who's like deep and ambitious is also attractive to me. So knowing what you are attracted to, don't like actively like don't make a list of like, oh, this is what I want. Not that. It's like what, like look backward and start to realize like what you're attracted to. Like you can make a list of guys that you've dated in the past. You can make a list of celebrity crushes and start to pull out of like, oh, I'm clearly attracted to XYZ. Okay, so we need to be aware of what you're attracted to. And I'm going to come back to this in a minute. Actually, I'll tell you now, and we'll elaborate more on this in a minute. But basically, when you attach to someone, you are bonding to them, and we basically, long story short, we want to bond to men who have a secure attachment style, if possible, and we want to be aware of what you're attracted to because if they have that, you already are going to know that like, oop, there's a risk here of me bonding to someone. But we need to make sure that they have a secure attachment style before you allow yourself to bond with someone. That's the biggest thing is like, how do you not fall for guys so quickly is you don't let yourself attach. Don't let yourself attach and bond to someone without knowing if they have a secure attachment style. And we'll talk more on that in a minute. Because most people, the way most people date and bond is it's so freaking random. Maybe you're talking to a guy on Grindr and then we just follow attraction. So like you think he's hot, you let yourself bond to him, but you have no idea. We didn't even filter. We have no idea what he's looking for, no idea his personality type, no idea his attachment styles and values. Those are the big things that are going to lead to compatibility long term is attachment style, what he's looking for, and his values and maybe personality types. So, and bonding is a very natural thing, but you can control it, and that's what we're going to talk about in a minute. So, long story short, is if you're aware of what you're attracted to, you know that like, oop, there's a risk of me, there's a potential of me bonding to this person. But do I want that to happen? If that makes sense, we'll talk more on that. Okay, number 4 is being aware of how you bond. So basically, okay, so this is kind of a complicated thing, a little bit outside of our scope. We'll definitely leave this to the marriage and family therapists and those people. But basically, again, bonding happens when your nervous system is repeatedly activated in ways that feel meaningful to you and rewarding, and it's associated with another person. So I know that's kind of like a lengthy definition. And so basically, like in layman's terms, if it's really meaningful to me to like be seen and feel safe and being vulnerable with someone, that and it's happening repetitively with the same person, that will create some bonding. And especially if I'm sleeping with that person and there's like sex isn't the only thing because we can have hookups and it's not a ton of bonding. But for me, if there's a lot of emotion behind it or whatever, then bonding can happen there too. And basically, your brain releases all these bonding hormones, oxytocin and endorphins and this, that, and the other. So it's a very strong thing. Sometimes in the dating field, we say that love is basically a chemical cocktail, like in your brain. That's one way to look at it. Long story short, let's make a list of what's meaningful to you in the sense of like what would make you bond to someone. So here's an example of like what makes me bond to someone, and this is just that self-awareness. So spending time together, right? This is a little bit of those love languages. Acts of service is a love language of mine for sure. I just think it's so meaningful when like somebody does something for you. I think it's so sweet. I'm, used to that as a child and stuff. There's vulnerability and safety, like on my end or their end or both. Like to me, that's incredibly attractive. There's fun, like you're hanging out, like I'm hanging out with them. We're experiencing new things together. There's growth on both ends, and it feels like a team effort, and we're sleeping together. Like this, I'm going to bond with this person. I'm going to emotionally attach to this person because these things are meaningful to me. So for you, I want you to make a list of like, what are some things that are meaningful to you in ways that you bond? So for example, it could be that you talk about your day and you feel seen in that way. So making a list and being aware of how you bond. What are meaningful things to you? Okay, so now the 5th and final thing to put this all together is I want you to attach and bond to men who have a secure attachment style. So again, most people just follow attraction and they let their emotional system and their attachment system bond to anyone and everyone. But can you see how we are being conscious of who we let our systems attach and bond to? That is how you prevent yourself from falling for guys so fast. Falling for guys fast means attaching to men. Right? That is what that means. Falling for guys means attaching. Okay? And so to prevent this from happening is we need to have an abundance mindset. If there's lots of options, I'm incredibly attractive. It's only a matter of time before I meet someone. I'm compatible with hundreds, if not thousands, of men. And it's only a matter of time, right? Those are some affirmations here. So lots of options. I can also regulate my body. When I get sad and lonely and depressed, I don't need to reach out. I don't need to get on Grinder. I can regulate my body. If I get a high dopamine hit because I just met someone who just like really attracted me, I can also regulate without overly attaching to them. I'm also aware of what I'm attracted to. I'm aware of how I bond. And then when I meet men and I realize that I'm hanging out with them, I'm spending time with them, and I'm pacing, I'm going to wait until I realize that they have a secure attachment style, amongst other things, and then I'm going to allow myself to attach and bond to them. Does that make sense? That is the difference. There are other ways to filter as well, which I suppose we can also add here. Actually, we'll leave it at that. I was just going to say, like, because the whole point of this video is how to not fall for guys so fast. This is how. But in general, we'll talk about this in another video, but we want to date based on compatibility. So are they looking for long term? Do they have a secure attachment style? Do they have values that align with yours? Do they have a personality type that aligns with yours? So on and so forth. So, all right, there you have it. I hope that was helpful. If this is something you want help with and you want to meet someone and you're having a hard time with it, click the link below to book a free call. I'd love to hear more about you and help you figure out where you're getting stuck in dating and how to overcome it. There's also a link below to today's worksheet. I'll see you in the next video.